Hey, good morning everyone. So welcome to the sixth chapter of our civics department, elements of judiciary. Okay, so we had already discussed about the organs of what Indian government in our earliest chapter, in our previous chapters, that are, you can say, legislative or legislature, executive and judiciary. Okay, and judiciary is a, you can say, is an independent body or independent organ of Indian government. Got it? So before we started the chapter, let's discuss about the important topics okay, and about the important topics we will read about what the brief notes about the related to the topics. So in this chapter we will learn or discuss about what the role of police in investigating crime, then know about the Supreme Court guidelines for filing of an FIR, okay, know about the two branches of, you can say, Indian legal system, okay, and also the process of dispensing justice. Okay, these four topics, you can say, are combined with subject elements of judiciary. Okay, so let's start the chapter that in the organ of the government, the judiciary, okay, what it interpret the law, or you can say it not only interpret the law or check the law, okay, but also applies the law. Okay, but also applies the law. It provides justice to the citizen of India. Okay, protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. Okay, which are provided by Indian Constitution. Then it also give punishment those who have what violated the law. Got it? So you can say these are the prime duty or main functions of what the judicial system of India, the judicial system of Indian government. Okay. However, now we have to, you can say, try to understand the mechanism and producers that guide this issue to the courts. Okay. As we have already, you can say, read about what the laws are made by the parliament. Okay, in our previous chapter we had already what read about that the laws are, you can say, made in parliament. Okay, by the both, you can say, houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and you can say the law making body is known as legislature. Yeah. So the proposal of the law is presented before the Lok Sabha. It is called a bill. Okay. So the proposal of the law is presented before the Lok Sabha. The law is also known as, it is a bill. Okay. The member of the Lok Sabha debate over various aspects of the bill following by voting. If most of the members vote in favor, the bill is sent for the assent of the president. After this, it became a law or an act. Okay. So when you can say a law, a law is in front of Lok Sabha. Okay, it is called as a bill. Okay. After that, the voting system is going on. If what the law or the bill, okay, what get majority, then what it will go to the president room, it will go to the table of president. After that, what president give permission to the bill. After that, the bill, you can say, it will be a what work as a act or law. Okay, then the executive organ of our government comprise of elected representatives. Okay, in our, you can say, previous chapter we had already discussed about what union executive. Okay, it comprised what of the president, the prime minister and council of minister, as well as, you can say, the cabinet of ministers. Okay, so the executive organ of our government comprises of elected representatives. The elected executive are assisted by large organization of military service and the civil service. The civil service is called the bureaucracy. The civil service, you can say IAS, IPS. Okay, this is called the bureaucracy. Trained and skilled officers who work as permanent employees of the government from the administrative backbone of the country. After that, the police is the primary law enforcement agency of the government. Okay, yeah, the police department is the, you can say it works what from the root areas of a country. So you can say the police is the primary law enforcement agency of the government. Okay, in our day-to-day lives, the local police is responsible for creating an environment that makes us feel safe and secure. Unlawful activities like theft, robbery, kidnapping, rioting, murders, etc. Call for the police force to stop in and control the situation through measures laid down as per the guidelines of our constitution. If the offence is not cognizable, the police need a warrant or written permission given by the court to arrest the suspect. You can say arrest the criminal. The temporary release of an accused person awaiting trial, sometimes on condition that a sum of money is deposited to guarantee their appearance in court, is called bail. If the offence is bailable, it is in the interest of the arrested person to avail of this opportunity. All offences are not bailable. Means all offences, all suspects, or you can say all criminals are not bailable. There are certain case, there are certain field. Okay, in that case, the bail, you can say the bail facility is not providing to the offense. Okay, so you can say the police department is the backbone of law enforcement of Indian government. Okay, now discuss about the role of the police in our judicial system. Okay, what the police department is played its roles in the judicial system of Indian government. The role and power of the police department is in accordance to the administrative units within which they function. Each district divided into subdivision. Okay. Then each district is divided into number of subdivision, 5 to 6 subdivision. Okay, and the subdivision are also divided, you can say division by the blocks also. 4 and 5 blocks are there. Okay, and in every in subdivision 8 to 10 police stations are there, or you can say thanas. Okay, and the entire district police system is headed by superintendent of police, or you can say SP. Got it? So each of the subdivision is headed by each of the district is headed by superintendent of police, and the subdivision is, you can say, headed by deputy superintendent of police. Okay, each subdivision had 8 to 10 police station or thanas headed by an inspector of police. Okay, he is in turn assisted by the sub inspector, assistant sub inspector, head constable and constables, who all work in the police stations. Then the police appoints chowkidars or guards in villages. The police has several kinds of informers who give inputs to detect crime and to lead them to arrest the suspect. Okay, after that, constitutional guidelines. Okay, constitutional guidelines for the police department. Okay, the police department also, you can say, work through the constitutional law, constitutional guideline. Let's discuss about the constitutional guidelines or constitutional principles, or you can say rules, regulations for police department. Okay, so no one is above the law. Even the police need to follow certain laid down guidelines while executing their duties. These have been clearly spelled out in the Constitution. Article 22 of the Indian Constitution what guarantees certain fundamental right to the arrested person. Okay, so you can say some guidelines are the right to be informed at the time of the arrest, the reason of the arrest. Okay, the police has to, you can say, inform the person. Okay, inform the persons about his or her what reason for the arrest. Okay, means the police also answerable in front of the citizen. Okay, before he arrested the person, police inform the person what about the reasons behind the arrest. Okay, then the right to be presented before the magistrate within 24 hours of arrest, the right not to be ill-treated or tortured while in custody. Custody means in thana. Okay, the right not to be ill-treated. Okay, you can say the police can't treated or cannot treated the suspect or criminal or give third degree punishment to the person during the custody period. Okay, then the person arrested has a right to inform a relative, a friend or a well wisher. Okay, means in the time of arresting, a person can easily contact his or her relatives or a well-known person. Okay, it is the, you can say, right of a citizen. And what the police, you can say, cannot, you can say, force the person. Okay, cannot make any obstacles in front of the person to contact with his or her relatives or a well-known person. Then confession made in the police custody cannot be used as evidence against accused. Okay, a boy under 15 years of age and a woman cannot be called to the police station only for questioning. Okay, and it is also, you can say, constitutional guidelines for the police, that the police department cannot arrest a female person, you can say, at night. Okay, so let's discuss about what FIR. Okay, FIR. First, information report. First, information report, more commonly referred as FIR. The first information report, as the name suggests, is the first hand information recorded by the police from the aggrieved, who has come to lodge the complaint detailing occurrence of crime. And FIR needs to be filed at the police station in the area where the crime or offense has taken place. Okay, so the procedure of filing an FIR are: the police officials who carry out the arrest or interrogation should wear clean, accurate and visible identification and name tags with their designation. Then it has to be recorded as a written document. Okay, FIR is a written document by officer in charge or with an assistant sub inspector. You can say these are the guidelines for filing an FIR in the police station. The complaint narrates the events in order of occurrence. All details like date, time, place of the crime, description of the nature of the crime, it should be mentioned in FIR or first information report. Okay, the petitioner then has to reveal the name and address of the suspect if any. The concerned officer notes it down in his book. The appellant has to then sign the recorded statement and also provide his full name and address for record. Okay, who give the FIR or first information report to the police or in the police station. Okay, he has to sign in the FIR copy and also give his you can say give his or her name and address in the police station. The officer registering the FIR then states the section of law which is applicable to the nature of offence committed. A copy of this statement is also given to the information. Okay, so these are the procedure of filing an FIR or filing first information report in the police station. Okay, a person or the police officials who carry out the arrest or interrogation should wear clear, accurate and visible identification. Okay, and it is also compulsory to mention the date, time, place of the crime, description of the nature of the crime. Okay, and it is necessary after he or she filing an FIR in the police stations. Okay, the petitioner who file an FIR, okay, he has to or she has to sign in the FIR copy and also give details about himself or you can say. Okay, so these are the way a person can file an FIR in police station, first information report. Okay, then the Supreme Court and FIR. How the Supreme Court, okay, you can say the leader of judicial matter, okay, in India, how it related, how FIR related to Supreme Court, the Supreme Court and FIR. So Honorable Supreme Court has laid down certain directives on filing of any FIR. They need to be strictly followed. Okay, that an FIR has to be registered as soon as the information of the cognizable offence is known. Often the FIR is filed in a police station other than the jurisdiction of the area of crime. In such a case, FIR should be forwarded to the concerned police station without delay. Means many times the jurisdiction area of a police station, okay, the FIR or the you can say the incident is happened outside the jurisdiction of a police stations. Okay, in that case the Supreme Court, you can say, provide guidelines for filing an FIR, that the FIR is filed in a police station other than the jurisdiction of the area of crime. In that cases, FIR should be forwarded to the concerned police station without delay. That it is the duty of the police officer who has registered the FIR to investigate into facts recorded. Okay. Then, if the information provided seems convincing of an offence having been committed, then the superintendent of police shall either investigate the case himself or herself or have it done by a subordinate police officer directly under him. Okay, you can say the guideline is for SP or superintendent of police of a district or a district head. Okay. In case the officer is unavailable to file an FIR, the information can be sent by mail or post. So, if you can say if any case the officer is unavailable to file an FIR, the person can share the information or file the FIR sent by email or by post also. Okay, this is also provision of Supreme Court to filing an FIR in police station. Okay, then move up to the branches of legal system. What are the branches of legal system in India? So there are two broad classification of crimes in the legal system. Accordingly, laws do differ based on the nature of the case filed. Hence, certain cases are considered criminal law case while other are civil law case. Or you can say these are the two branches of legal system. Okay, that criminal law case and another one is civil law case. So criminal offense is regarded as public wrong. It means that the offense committed is not limited to the victim alone but against the society as a whole. Such cases are spoken to as the state versus the individual and others. Okay, it is not necessary that the victim only file a case. Anyone can file a criminal case. Okay, in the you can say in state versus the individual and other in criminal offense. Okay, anyone can file a criminal case against you can say against a person. Okay, who you can say committed, who involved in criminal activities. Civil cases are those which deal with harm or injury to the rights of individuals. In civil cases such as property matters, family, purchase of goods, etc. Okay, the affected party alone can file the case. In civil case, okay, only the affected party or the affected side has the right to file file the case. But in criminal cases, anyone can file the case, okay, against that person. Then process of criminal justice. Okay, by law, unless proven guilty, every person is considered to be innocent. Therefore, every individual must be treated with full dignity. Okay, this is the you can say legal system or judicial system of India, that unless proven guilty, every person is considered to be innocent. Therefore, every individual must be treated with full dignity. If after filing an FIR and conducting investigation, the police gather enough evidence or proof against the accused, it can arrest the suspect. Okay, the police prepares a charge sheet against him in the magistrate court. This is the process of criminal justice procedure. Okay, the first procedure is the police prepare a charge sheet against him in the magistrate court. Then after the charge sheet is filed, the trial begins. The accused can defend himself by hiring a lawyer. Okay, the accused can also hiring a lawyer in favor, hiring a lawyer, and also you can say fight the case. Okay, which is introduced against him or her. He can also protect himself. Okay, the lawyer is known as the defense lawyer. Okay, and the you can say the public lawyer, the government lawyer is known as public prosecutor. The defense lawyer presents the case on behalf of the accused. Okay, she or he can cross-examine witness and also call other witness to prove that the accused is not guilty. It is only fair that the accused is given full opportunity to defend himself. Okay, I hope everyone, you can say, saw the what incident picture of what cases or what the work of Indian courts in the movie. Okay, the lawyer who represents the what state in a criminal trial is called the public prosecutor. Public prosecutor is appointed by the state. After hearing both sides of the case, the judges passes an important judgment. Okay, you can say this. These are the process of criminal justice. Through this way, you can say the courts declare the judgment. Okay, by this way the courts follow the guidelines, follow this way to provide justice to its citizens. Got it? Then every accused has received a fair trial. If every accused means the person, okay, who is arrested in criminal offense, okay, is he or she is known as accused, has received a fair trial if his trial has been held in open court. He has been given a defense lawyer of his choice to defend himself. Then the judge has treated him as an innocent, not as a, you can say not as a guilty person. The judge gives an impartial judgment, whatever the consequences. Okay, the judge has to give, you can say, impartial judgment or justice, whatever the consequences or whatever the conclusion it is. Then the rule of law, which states that everyone is equal before the law, would not make much sense if every citizen was not guaranteed fair trial by the Constitution. So it must be, you can say, applied that the you can say that the fair trial, okay, should be, you can say, should be held in our country, the open trial, or you can say open court. But you can say this type of procedure is followed by, you can say, the judicial system of India in court also. Okay, and there is a small room, or you can say small hall. In that hall, the open court what makes its decision, or you can say give decision towards the citizens. It is, maybe it is against the accused or in favor of, you can say, victim. But the fair trial should be followed by the Indian judicial government, and it should follow by the judicial system. But through this chapter, okay, we came to know about that the elementary of, you can say, judicial system, that the Indian judicial system, you can say, is a independent body, is an independent, you can say, organ of the government, and it is necessary that the judicial system always, you can say, give decision to its people in a impartial manner. Okay, and what the judicial system of India, what the chief function of judicial system of India, to interpret the law, and some of the, you can say, also functions are there, like you can say it punish the persons who those who violated the law of Indian Constitution. It also, you can say, protect the fundamental rights of the citizens, and it also, you can say, sort out the disputes between you can say between the civilians, as well as between the state and also center and center. Okay, and the main elementary, you can say, the main elementary of judicial system of India is the police department, because police department, you can say, the backbone of what enforcement agency of the government. Okay, and we will also discuss about what the constitutional guidelines for police department, that there are some ways, some laws, okay, which you can say which are compulsory to police department to follow the guidelines of the constitution. After that, FIR or first information report, how a person can file an FIR in the police station. Okay, then it is compulsory to everyone who file an FIR in the police station to give all details like dates, then time, place, crime description, etc., etc. And after he or she filing the FIR in the police stations, okay, he and she will signature in the signature in that copy, and the police department, the police officer who you can say who write the FIR, the police station also provide a Xerox copy to the person who file an FIR. Okay, after that the relations of Supreme Court and FIR, that the high court, subordinate courts, okay, every courts are under the supervision of Supreme Court. So Supreme Court, you can say, played the superiority or supreme authority of the judicial system of India. Then about branches of legal system, the criminal laws, and you can say the civil laws. In criminal cases, any person of the nation or any person of a you can say country can file an FIR against the, you can say against the accused. Okay, and in civil cases only the party, only you can say the affected party can file the case or file an FIR. After this, process of criminal justice and trial. So this is all about the, you can say, the chapter elements of Indian judiciary. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.